We're going to show you these latest pictures, which are BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told. And we're watching this for the first time.
So if they're BBC pictures, the BBC have the aerial camera trained on that exact place at that exact time. Are these official BBC pictures? She just says it, not me.
We're going to show you these latest pictures, which are BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told. And we're...
Say it again.
We're going to show you these latest pictures, which are BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told. And we're watching this for the first time as you are. Now that would appear to be the actual car as it crashes into the barriers outside the House of Lords. I wonder if we can see that again. So these are new BBC pictures, aerial footage. You can see again, highlighted, the silver Ford Fiesta. Going across two roads and then down into that particular channel towards the House of Lords, where it then crashes into the barrier. Let's just see that one more time.
Okay, so when we're watching it, the car's going slow, it's on a bend. I'd like somebody who drives down this road regularly to tell me what the average speed is on this bend. Okay? The other vehicles seem to be moving quite slow. The car is moving even slower as it cuts in, then picks up a little bit of speed. I've seen stuntmen at events like this, most notably when they were so easy to spot over in America, when there was a rally. Someone drove a car down in about first gear because you could hear the engine roaring, and it wasn't going fast, about 10 miles per hour. It's alleged to have taken out loads of people, killing people, injuring people. When you looked at the photograph, they were that pristine. There was people doing strange somersaults and everything to get out the way. So I thought, no way, clearly stuntmen. Right, now I'm going to show you in a moment a video from someone who has done brilliant this morning. He's only got about 11 subscribers on the channel. So I want everyone to subscribe to that person's channel when we get to there in a moment. But just looking at this, again, I'd say it's the same thing. Stuntmen, crisis actors, and all people clearly in place with triggers and cues. Okay?
There's the Ford Fiesta.
Look at the car slowed right down. These cars on the ambulance on the bend. See the way the ambulance is very close. He comes through, picks a little bit of speed up then.
It looked as though the Ford Fiesta was going to go round Parliament Square, then it crossed over, didn't it?
Now,
and went down.
I understand it's a car, it's big, it's heavy, it's going to hurt you if it hits into you even going 10 miles an hour. If you drive over your feet, the tyre goes over your foot or something's going to hurt. But when you're trained, as in stunt people, you know where to be standing exactly. You have your markers and they know how to take impact. It's not out of the realms of possibility, far from it. It's realms of probability when we analyse situations like this.
That small road towards the House of Lords. June Kelly, your reaction to that?
Well, it does seem extraordinary because you're trying to sort of think what the driver's trying to achieve here. We know obviously he is now being held as a terrorist suspect. Clearly, driving down there, he was not going to get that far. And, he was stopped as we can see. I mean, it is astonishing to be able to see the whole incident, isn't it now?
What we're looking for in this next time we'll watch it is someone to chase the car. One of the men on the bike to chase the car, because that's what we've got a witness statement saying.
We're watching this for the first time as you are.
Look at that man running in front of the car then.
Now that would appear to be the actual car as it crashes into the barriers outside the House of Lords. I wonder if we can see that again. So these are new BBC pictures, aerial footage. You can see again, highlighted, the silver Ford Fiesta. Going across two roads and then down into that particular channel towards the House of Lords, where it then crashes into the barrier.
Where was the people? Why?
We're going to show you these later.
Let me have a look at this scene again here, because you see people crossing the road and stuff and then just stopping and standing there. This is like as it's all taking place, so you wouldn't be aware of anything happening. They're stopping before it, so why'd you cross a road and just stand there? You're going somewhere, aren't you? It's 7:30 in the morning, where are you going and why are you just stopping in the middle of the road randomly after crossing it? It's not normal behaviour.
These pictures, which are BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told. And we're watching this for the first time as you are.
Look at these people just standing. Look, see them too.
Appear to be the actual car.
Show you what I mean.
Are BBC pictures from an aerial camera.
Right, now look at all the people. Say 5 o'clock from the highlighted car. Right, and all down that side of the pavement. Watch them. Because we know now when we're going to see what we're going to see in a minute, that these are all the plants and the crisis actors and they're just standing around anyway. So watch them.
I'm told.
This man crosses over the road now
Watching this for the first time as
and
you
stops. See someone cross the road before the car even gets there.
Aerial camera, I'm
right,
told.
He's just crossed the road now. His head's just below the highlighted area. He goes over the road. The car's still not come. He's just got to the middle of the road, to the curb, and he stops. Between 7 and 10 seconds.
BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told.
Crosses the road. Gets on the pavement. Stops. The car still hasn't even turned yet, but he stopped there.
Now that would appear to be the actual car as it crashes into the barriers outside the House of Lords. Are BBC pictures from an aerial camera, I'm told. And we're watching this for the first time as you are. Now that would appear to be the actual car as it crashes into the barriers outside the House of Lords.
Okay, let's go and have a look at some other footage. Okay, so this is the video I was telling you about. Some brilliant eagle-eyed observations from a channel over on YouTube called Green J. Now, I'd like to thank Jay for this because this is brilliant. It adds a little bit more detail to what we've just been talking about in regards to people crossing the road and who are them people and what happens in the moments after regarding the cyclists, the crisis actors and the stuntmen. So we're going to see that now and we're going to get more answers because we actually see who it is who's crossing over the road. More than likely that pavement is full of reporters. They're the people who are all lingering about, so to say, not really walking anywhere, but they're there. So we're going to see all of this playing out now. This, the moment after.
This incident at Westminster looks like total bollocks to me. Just seeing this scene, I'll play it in a sec. Incident scene being set up. There's a guy in cycling gear, if you watch him in blue shorts. He's stood up, looks perfectly fine. The guy touches him on the shoulder, it looks like a signal for him to go down, he sits down.
So what he's saying is, in all the aftermath, you see, there's a photograph going around on my Facebook page where somebody has posted it in of the crisis actors sitting down on the floor. He's got his shoe off, which is, again, just been spotted by normal observations from just people, just using the voice of the people. It's been good to see people interacting over on the Facebook page, firing in info, shooting the story down, not believing it for what they're being told by mainstream media, who seems to be whipping it up into a frenzy. So we see there's a photograph. I'll have that also on the website page, and what we see in the photograph is the same thing as what gets played out now in this footage.
Leans against a lamppost, holds his head looking like he's been injured. In the background,
He has a trigger to sit down. He just taps him on the shoulder, and the guy in the blue shorts sits down.
there's another body laid on the floor. Probably not be able to tell the bad resolution on this, but looks like a dummy to me. I'll play it. Make your own mind up.
Vehicles, and where the traffic lights are, and that's where a number of cyclists were on the ground, some of whom could have been hurt, some of whom, as Jonathan said, may have...
Why was there a gang of cyclists, all like lads and fairly like youngish people, all out having bike rides around London at 7:30 in the morning? Furthermore, why was a man from Birmingham waking up at around 4:30 in the morning at least, getting in his car, going on a 2.5 hour drive to London to arrive in London for 7:30 in the morning to pull off this stunt?
just hit the floor, because that's what you do when you...
Basically, why would he not do it at any time of the day? If all his impact he wanted to do is graze a couple of cyclists and then crash into a terror barrier, why would a terrorist want to crash into a terror barrier? All he's done is wrecked his own car, and then instead of getting out of something, he stayed there. And then on top of that, what we see the police doing is pretty stupid as well, because the police all go and surround it with the guns out, armed police. They don't know whether he's got a gun or a bomb. So if one of them police has to start shooting while they're all in a circle around the car, how does he know he's not going to shoot one of his police mates? That's not how they would have approached the situation. Another lapse.
Feel that there is an attack underway. This area, of course, Jonathan, is not too far from...
So what is it? Car, police, who's he? Who's he? See, these are the faces that we need to start identifying.
Some of whom could have been hurt, some of whom, as Jonathan said, may have just hit the floor, because that's what you do when you...
Some of them have just hit the floor, because that's what you do when there's an attack on the way, she says.
Of course, Jonathan, is not too far
No. Policeman.
from...
These two here.
what happened just over a year ago.
See one of the cyclists who's ran down.
With Khalid Masood, who drove...
Well, this apparently is seconds after the incident. It's like action.
So here we go.
Here we go.
Sorry, Victoria, I'm just having a little bit of trouble hearing you because...
All these messing about.
Around us here, you'll be able to hear, I'm sure, the sirens going, more police vehicles coming and going all the time.
Watch him in the blue shorts on the lamppost. Watch his friend tap him on the shoulder and he goes down. Now he just sits there. Now look, he's got one shoe off. That's what the person who's posted over on the Facebook page. I don't want to say names, to be honest with you, so it's the only reason I'm not. I was trained to protect my sources. So
The police activity around us here, you'll be able to hear, I'm sure, the sirens going, more police vehicles coming and going all the time. That one's actually labelled the dog section, and we saw police...
touches him, he goes down. He gets a number.
Activity around us here, you'll be able to hear, I'm sure, the sirens going, more police...
All of these people, we've got to keep our eye on a lot of these people in this footage. This particular set of footage. Also the man who chased the car. His face is quite clear. Got to keep your eye on all of these people. Is that the one that the lad says? See the one where the person standing over someone in the middle up by the ambulance? Is that the one that he says is a dummy?
Coming and going all the time. That one's actually labelled...
Let's see if that person actually moves.
Police sniffer dogs on the scene very quickly as part of the initial response earlier this morning. Yes, you mentioned the Westminster Bridge attack. That will, of course, be in people's minds.
And then he pretends to run out. death.
Earlier this morning, yes, you mentioned the Westminster Bridge attack. That will, of course, be in people's minds this
Then he
morning as
pretends
they
to
see
go and
these
help him.
images of
Bollocks.
heavy police.
It's like total bollocks.
And that's where a number of cyclists were on the ground, and some of whom could have been hurt, some of whom...
What Jay says, it looks like total bollocks to me. Bollocks, they're the first words and then the last words in it. Starts with bollocks and ends with bollocks.
This area, of course, Jonathan, is not too far
No,
from
these people, him,
what happened just over a year
in the
ago.
pink t-shirt, they've all got bags and backpacks.
Apparently seconds after the
He
incident.
starts running away.
Action.
Fake run now, doesn't move very far.
Do when you feel that there is an attack underway. This area, of course, Jonathan, is not too far from what happened just over a year ago with Khalid Massoud, who drove across
Apparently
Westminster Bridge
seconds
and
after
hit
the
pedestrians.
incident. It's like action. Here we go.
Sorry, Victoria, I'm just having a little bit of trouble hearing you because of the police activity around us here. You'll be able to hear, I'm sure, the sirens going, more police vehicles coming and going all the time. That one's actually labelled the dog section, and we saw police sniffer dogs on the scene very quickly as part of the initial response here.
Touch of death.
That's dummy.
Yes, you mentioned the Westminster
Is that a
Bridge
dummy or a
attack.
real person? Let's have a look at the photographs of that.
Heavy police response, armed police response.
Doesn't move. And then the armed police come. And what did he do? So now we can just briefly see what the police done on arrival. Straight away, as soon as they show up, they surround the car, but in a stupid circle. How do you know you're not going to end up shooting one of your mates? What's these now? Jump over, surround the car. Both sides of the car though, which is pretty stupid. On the left and on the right side of the car. Is that how you deal with things?
He describes in this next interview how one of the cyclists who was on the ground actually got up and chased the car. Here he is talking to our home editor, Mark Easton.
Well, I heard a commotion and turned round to see a silver car heading towards the cyclists on the wrong side of the road. They were parked, waiting for the lights to change. It hit the cyclist, then swerved over towards where the safety barrier is, where the police make sure our cars go through, and accelerated and hit it at quite high speed.
What was your impression? Was it a deliberate act?
Well, he seemed to. I wasn't sure whether he meant to hit the cyclist. They may have just been in the way, but he accelerated hard towards the barrier.
And what was the reaction of the police at that point? What did you see?
Well, the police were very fast. They vaulted over the safety barrier and head towards the car, followed by obviously lots of armed police who were in the area. What also happened was the police started to do a cordon. Not only did police come towards us, the police actually headed away to try and block off people walking towards us.
And what about the car? We saw video
So no one actually got in to have a good look at what was actually going on.
of armed officers encircling that vehicle.
Well, it is strange when he hit the barricades.
See, the armed officers circle the vehicle, we'll look at that now. But that's stupid, because what if you're at a fire shots and you just stand in a circle, you're shooting one of your mates? It's not how they do it.
There's a lot of smoke and it hit it with quite a jar. It actually came off the ground and landed against it's quite a light car. But we're not sure. It's, they rushed to the scene, grabbed the bloke, but then they seemed to walk away.
And what about you? What did you do?
Well, obviously we were pushed back. After the police first got to the car, they then turned around and started to push us back towards where the lights were. And that's when I walked past and saw lots of pedestrians and standing there, but also the cyclists. There was a few on the ground. Some were holding their arms. There was bikes everywhere.
And what about at the moment of the collision? Presumably, given events here in Westminster in the last year or two, a frightening moment.
Well, it was frightening, but that's why I was walking backwards, not actually standing too close to the car. You never sure what's in the car.
And there's a scene on the ground. The cyclist. Can you give us an idea of the numbers? The scene at that set of lights where the cyclist had been.
Well, there was about 10 cyclists waiting for the lights to change. I don't think he hit all of them. He hit about.
Do you know what? Right? Do you know what I've just realised? Have you seen the footage of the car that we've got from this BBC camera? That's now HD. Brilliant resolution. Look how clear it is. So how come the CCTV footage of the moment the car does it, how come they're giving us the grainy stuff that they've rendered back down from this HD thing here, all the way back down into grainy crap, what must be about 120p? Can you answer that please as well, BBC News? Why have you done that to the public? Why didn't you release the CCTV footage in this condition? It's not CCTV, sorry, it's BBC footage from a BBC pictures from a BBC camera, aerial camera, that was in place.
4 or 5, and there was bikes everywhere. I was very impressed. One of the cyclists got up and started to chase the car.
Good heavens.
Yes. There was one laying on the ground which was being treated, and 2 or 3 were just sitting there holding their arms against posts and stuff.
And what was your sense of the motive, if there was one behind this? Could it have been an accident?
Well, if it was very strange, because once he hit the cyclist, he accelerated. You'd have thought he would try to put the brakes on, but he swerved across and accelerated towards the barrier.
Unless he was trying to get away from the scene, perhaps?
He was a very bad driver then.
And, you know, as someone who's worked in Westminster for a long time, you would, of course, have been around during the Westminster Bridge attack last year. What was going through your mind when you saw this incident?
Well, it looked like an attack. It was a fairly feeble one because it was a small car, but it did look deliberately to drive out the barrier.
And the reaction of the police at that point, I mean, obviously this
You would recognise his face, you know, like he was a politician or something.
area has an awful lot of armed police at all times, and it does appear
Again, look at the footage.
that they responded very quickly and in numbers.
They did, and also it seemed well rehearsed. As I said, police ran towards the car, but also...
A lot of it seemed well rehearsed.
Very quickly and in numbers.
They did, and also it seemed well rehearsed. As I said, police ran towards the car, but also some ran away to actually stop people walking towards where the car was.
Whatever.